GM friends, and thanks for tuning in to DeFi-Logic's TA Tuesday live in the server at 10 a.m. Mountain Time every week. We have a partnership with Blowfin, and our ETH strategy and Doge strategy enters beta testing on Ashbit very soon. Join us in Discord to learn more. The link is in the description below. In today's community call, we will review charts for Solana, AVAX, Bitcoin, ETH, Luna, Joe, PEPE, and Smart Chain Poker. For legacy markets, S&P 500, Dow Jones Industrial, NASDAQ 100, US Dollar Index, and finally, gold. And with that, I will bring up Eddie.
Yo, boys. All right, first off, look at this. We made it. We fucking did it. New highs. Time to be alive. I honestly don't really know what to expect moving forward. We're in price discovery. Who the hell knows? These are obviously weekly highs, but I feel like they're pretty good to check out. Next thing is these line up really well with this kind of 12-hour thing, but I'm not ruling out a dip down to here. That one is, if we get down here, you max buy everything, you hold USDT at that point, and you pray that it reclaims and keeps going. Because if it just sends us, it's over. This is my stand now. This is where I will most start adding a bunch of stuff, to be honest. But I still have powder for this area to get more exposure, and then down here I'm all in praying to the higher powers. And if that happens and it's all over, then just short it back down. It's really not that hard, especially if you know how to short. But yeah, gonna be live. But the big thing is I feel like we're seeing the SolLunaAvax's rotation play out again. We've been charting Solana, we've been charting Solana pretty well, US. I'm back in it again. If you've been paying attention to the charts I'm throwing out in the Discord, you could have gotten back in as well because it flipped my original target one, right? This was originally the first target when we were buying it in here, the 145 region, and now it flipped it and was given some really solid demand as well. So the whole idea is if it trades back into it, it's fine. I'll just add to my position. If it gives us opportunities to dips, then I'm okay with that. Because eventually this is going to flip this level, and my target's here at 200, which is these highs right here. I don't think it will blast through this right away, but if it does, go to straight all-time high from this spot is basically what I'm saying. So I'll look to take profit around this 200 level, maybe even into this cluster here, 230. I think it'll be like Bitcoin. It's not gonna go through all-time high first, I don't think, at least. So that's my plan for it. I'm already in part, but I'm fine to add more if we do get another shakeout. The shakeout is for buying. I guess we'll look at Luna first. So some news came out. I don't know which one is the correct Luna to look at anymore because there's so many of them. There's Luna C. We'll just do Luna. I think it's this one. I don't know. So this was the Duquan news, right? Duquan basically wasn't going to get arrested in the US or something like that. I don't know. I didn't really pay attention to it. I just saw that I just saw people mentioning Duquan news, and then next thing I know, Luna is pumping with Sol and AVAX again. So I'm just wondering if it's going to happen one more time. We have some pretty obvious levels to work with, though. If it can sweep and reclaim here, that's a good level to get long. Otherwise, some closes above these levels, some 12-hour closes above these levels, will flip the structure to be bullish, and then you can start buying dips on it again. Who knows what the heck they're going to do with this coin? Like, it's basically vaporware. And it's still in accumulation, actually, too. I don't know. There might be a play with it. It's just something to keep an eye on while AVAX and Sol pump together. That Luna might pump together with it again. AVAX, though, we tried logging it a while ago, like around here, I think, back in the Discord, and it just didn't do anything. I think most people got out, break even, hopefully. But I'm back in it again as it flipped this level, because this really was the key trigger to it was flipping 46, because if it can flip 40, I'm probably going to just take profit at 69 just for the meme. But that's realistically, though, it could probably go higher. I don't know, maybe 81-ish is actually the real target. But I just can't see my trade go from 50 to 69 without taking profit at that level, personally. So that's where I'm going to go. I don't care about taking profit early, because if you don't take profit at all, then you're not building your account. It's been getting front run pretty hard too. So I was trying to buy this level earlier, and it barely missed it. So then I bought this morning's retrace. I bought this candle right here, and it pumped again. So people are definitely paying attention to it. I think right now I'm not fully exposed. So I think right now I'll look to add more into this zone here. That's the plan right now for AVO, but I think one is a good target, or if you're me, we're going to take profit at 69 personally. Joe looks just like AVAX too, which I know that makes not PEP super horned, right? Looks great. Finally, this thing's just been ranging for forever. I had a chart ready. I mean, what might be the Binance one? Yeah. Here's what I'm looking at. I posted this a while ago too on the server. So if you're not on the server, you're missing out on the early shit because you could have already positioned in earlier. I actually got front run on it again. Same thing happened to me with Joe that happened to me with AVAX. Like I had bids right here and I missed it by 1 penny basically. So pain, but the magic starts once it flips that level anyway. And that's price discovery, I guess. Or is there a chart? There's got to be a chart with more data somewhere. Here we go. This was the OG plan that was posted in the server too, and I think even on stream. So if you were paying attention, you got the bottom and you're up a lot. If you're not paying attention, why are you watching? I think that we would want to aim probably for these highs as your first maybe level. But at the same time, like Joe, for the most part, was a bear market coin. I think if you've been buying this whole zone, you're probably going to take profit at all-time highs. This is more of an intraday level, right? It's still a huge gap from current prices. That's like probably 100%. So that's probably, it's such a good trade. It's ready to roll. And then after 1.52 gets broken, who knows what it's going to go to. In, which I'm not in. My first level got run. Probably going to be looking at this one now. Potentially, I don't know. I'm exposed, and Bitcoin and Ethereum look heavy, so we'll see. PEP. Wanted to run this one really quick because it's just been ranging. It's been choppy. I don't have the cleanest read on it, honestly. Like, if you're okay with just trading spot, this isn't a bad zone. It's basically the same line in the sand level as Bitcoin and Ethereum that I had. Technically, it's a little bit bigger though, because like you can come all the way down to 6, 7, and these coins are so volatile that it might, and you're still fine. Like it can come all the way down here and still put in a higher low and create the structure. But it looks really good. I think it's lost the 4-hour EMAs, but I'm pretty sure this whole zone lines up with the daily ones. Oh, they're a bit lower. Oh yeah, that was my plan. Now I remember. I'm looking to, so I have an alert right here. I'm looking to just maybe get involved in any of this section actually. Technically, like I was saying, it really is that, but you'd have to zoom in once you get into the box. You can start at the daily and then you'll just zoom in 12-hour and look for kind of the triggers that I look for, and then the hourly if you really want to dial in. Right now, it's not quite where I want it to be, and section isn't quite what I need it to be either, but I think soon, within the next week or two, you get it to somewhere into this region, and then you get new highs. More and more non-crypto people are getting in, and I think PEP is going to be one of the ones that they trade. That's just my thoughts on it, though. Let's look at Smart Chain Token too. People like it. What's the market cap? 411,000 only? You can just buy this now. I haven't played around on their website or anything. I don't know how like good it looks, but it's so low. Like you don't need TA at these prices. I'd be okay with buying right now and then just adding on red dips. It's not dipping very hard lately. People are starting to find out about it. What are the holders of? I don't think that is on deck screener, huh? Yeah, depending on what the holder allocation looks like, you could just start buying right now. If anybody, I don't personally like buying heavy when there's wallets that hold more than 2%. So you'd have to look into that because they could just dump it all the way down here and give you a real nice entry. But if nobody's holding too much of the pool, then you could just start buying now even. Yeah, this looks good. We'll see. Maybe you just buy a little bit now and then just add if you do get a dip all the way down here. Like this would be like the gift entry. Where'd it go? Here, we'll just draw it. That's awesome. Same thing with the FPT since I had it on here. If it loses, that's what you don't want to see, is you don't want to see this. So that's what I think is best. Buy a little bit now if the holders look fine. If you get down here, load up. But that is it for me, guys. We made it. New all-time high. Soon we will have girlfriends. Take care.
Been waiting a long time for a girlfriend. No, I'm just kidding. I'm getting married. But yeah, Joe's looking nice, man. Been scooping that since 30 cents. That shit will get sent. Then with that, over to GForce.
Okay, thank you. I'm going to go over the legacy markets. S&P 500, we'll do the NASDAQ before the Dow Jones, the dollar index, and also gold. And I might throw in also US 10-year Treasury yield. So on the S&P 500, all my charts are daily charts, as I've said in the past. So we've had nothing but a parabolic, almost as good as Bitcoin or ETH, but it's just been going up. So as far as I keep looking to see if this is going to form a double top and come back down, it doesn't. It goes up like here in February 23rd, and then it drops a little bit. Then we have a higher high. So that means it's going to go even higher. So if you look at all the bands, the Bollinger Bands, and also the standard deviation line, which is this black line here, everything's just pointing up. So we had another new high. And by the way, these are all-time highs. Days of pulling back. And then we had another high basically last week right here. And then we dropped back down. It tagged the 5,100 line, the 5,100 line right here yesterday. It tagged it, and we've just pulled up from there. This morning, CPI numbers came in. The market saw it as a good thing, even though it rose from 0.3% from the previous month to 0.4% for February. It didn't jump like some people thought it would, and so everybody's still clinging on to the hope that the Fed is going to cut rates sometime this year. They were thinking sometime this month, but now they're pushing it back to June. So the S&P 500 is up 44. They're saying that's good news. They're just basically looking for a cut this year sometime. So right now, the question is it going to get past this recent high right here that was on Friday? Even though it was a red day, it basically hit. It's a high right now. And today, is it going to get to that point and then there's going to be a double top, or is it just going to keep climbing up like it has been? I don't know. If it closes higher again today or tomorrow, then it looks like it's just going to go up. Let's move to the Dow Jones 30 before we get to the dollar index. You can see the sideways action that's going on now. Everything's starting to move sideways with the Dow Jones 30. The bands, the upper band up here is moving sideways. The lower band is moving sideways as well. So everything's looking sideways on the Dow Jones. So that's why I think things are maybe peaking. It's hard to tell because it is an election year and the economy has to look good for whoever's in office at the moment. So they will probably keep pumping money into the market during this election year. Dollar index. Okay, the dollar index has gone down. You can see where a couple days ago, last week, Thursday, it hit that 3x band. Okay, so that's extreme. For it to hit the 3x lower band right here, that's pretty extreme. So it's also tagged it on Friday as well. That right there is extreme. Okay, so now these 2 days, which is Monday and Tuesday, it's popped back up. I don't think it's going to get way up here to the standard deviation line at this level, which is 103.75. I think that the standard deviation is going to move down. Okay, so it's going to move down, of course, and then it could probably meet it around that point in time right there. So around 103.3. But it's going to start to move sideways. The down days it had was significantly days for crypto to be up. So that's the inverse correlation between the dollar index and crypto. Moving on to gold. Lately, I've been posting a lot in the charts, the TA charts about gold. Today is the first down day in 7 trading days. So it just looks like a crypto chart. It just popped off of my target here, which was 2007, and it just gone parabolic. So I'm suspicious of why it's doing this. There could be some reasons behind the scenes. I don't know exactly what they are, but I do have a next target at 2200. It came close to it back on Friday, where it was up at the 2195, and it's pulled back since then. So I do think it's still going to get to that point. Exactly when at the 2200 level, not 100% sure when, but I think it's going to be soon. I think it will be soon. The reason for gold moving, I still don't know. I've looked, and I think it's just people are concerned about the US dollar, and they're moving into crypto, they're moving into gold, and that's a concern. Interest rates, here's the US 10-year yield, and it's, as you can see, it's gone down to the 2x band, and then it's popped back up. I have this level at 4.18. I like this level. I've had it for a while. As you can tell back here, it's had resistance back in the end of January. It drove all the way down, and then we knew it wasn't going to stay below 4%. The interest rate wasn't going to stay below 4%. And sure enough, it popped back up, and it's finding right here is finding another bottom, which is not a complete bottom. It's still at 4.07. I think it's going to go back up. Obviously, the standard deviation line is going to come back down to 4.18. And then it's probably going to hit resistance, or is it going to blow through it? That's the next question for that. All right, I'm going to hand it back over to you, Pepe. That's it for legacy markets.
All right, thank you, John. And that is it for this week. Remember, Astrobit 2.0 is live. They're fixing up a few things on the back end, and our ETH and Doge strategy should enter beta testing very soon. Use our affiliate link for Blowfin and get a futures bonus at the end of the campaign. Their proof of reserves are verifiable on Nansen, and you can ensure funds are SAFU. GM, friends.
Join us next week in Discord for TA Tuesday at DeFiLogic.com.